Hey guys, it's Fury here, and we're going to be doing a Protoss tutorial, really kind of going over the basics, trying to help the bronze, silvers, golds, and even platinums kind of get to the diamond level. I myself am a high diamond player. I've been playing StarCraft a long time here, and skimming YouTube, I just noticed there wasn't a lot of good tutorials. I wanted to go ahead and try to help you guys out here, kind of go over the basics. Nothing too basic, but nothing too extreme either. If I do get requests for anything in particular, I'd be happy to make some videos on those. Here we're kind of just be going over the basics. I want to just point out some things to you. If you are in the bronze, silver, and the gold leagues, and you are not doing a setup that looks like this, more than likely this is going to really help you out to kind of give you an idea of what it should look like. So starting off early, on this map in particular, we're going to go ahead and just take our wall at our natural right off the bat. There's no reason to really wall off here. This is a nice easy wall to complete. Generally, you're going to want to just drop a pylon right against the 3 pipes here, and then build out 2 buildings with another pylon. Some would argue that you could put the pylon here and use 2 larger size buildings here, but that does in fact actually completely seal you off, as well as make it so that overcharges from your pylons can't attack Ravengers if Ravengers are pushing up, so they get free shots. So we want to try to avoid that at all costs. I am dropping a 3rd pylon back here to kind of give me some more vision in my base, as well as give me a heads up if they're going for some sort of ling drop. Maybe they're doing a Nidus rush, something to that effect. Real important to get that vision in your base here. Now, I want to talk about the build a little bit. Kind of the general idea here is that we're going to go ahead and open with a fast Stargate, get some early Void Rays out, and then take map control with those Void Rays. We're going to snipe Overlords. Generally, they're sitting on the outskirts of your base or right around this area. There's typically one always right here as well. When you show the Zerg the Void Rays and they see them come out, especially in a situation of one gateway straight into a Stargate, it makes them overreact, and they start going straight into Hydras, which is basically what we're trying to get them to do. We are going to be doing an Adept attack, a pretty strong one, off 7 gates with +1 Forge weapon upgrades, as well as the Glaives off of the Twilight Council. And if they do in fact have an army of all Hydras, typically we will wreck that. So you can see I did have my probe on the watchtower here. I also want to note that I scouted his 3rd. Generally, around the 3-minute mark, maybe 3:30, the Zerg will be taking his 3rd. My probe was sitting there at 3:30, and there was no 3rd. So at this point, I'm kind of worried. I feel like there's maybe a Bane bust coming, a Roach Ravager all in, maybe an all Roach attack, possibly Roach Hydra. And you can see my reaction here is to drop some cannons. Really, the only thing that's going to save you here was overcharge and then some good force fields. Now, in particular in this game, I choose to hallucinate a Phoenix just to kind of get an idea of what's going on. You can see my Void Ray is scouting around, and as I send that scout with the Phoenix, we see the Bane bust coming. Very important, crucial tip here. Now, in this situation, I've got literally 3 units. I've got a Zealot, a Void Ray, a Sentry, and a Mothership Core to hold this. There's nothing I can really do here. Ideally, I would force field this, boom, boom, and he would be forced to either fight through these 2 or to put the damage right here, which would be fine either way, but I'm out of energy on my Sentry since I did choose to hallucinate Phoenix. So we're going to go just overcharge as much as you can. He does penetrate the wall very easily, and then he floods with Lings. Now, in this situation, I have no pylons back here. I'm very, very, very susceptible. There's literally only one thing I can do, and that is to come up here and wall off my ramp. This right here, this single move right here, is what ends up winning me this game. You can see he immediately wanted to go to my main, not get in. He's forced to either sit there and attack those and take damage from the Void Ray and the Mothership Core, but he knew he wasn't going to get in, so he backs out. Speeding up here, we're just going to try to get our economy back in focus here. I want to point out that with a Bane bust like that, you can see this Zerg is very crippled. He's at 34 drones to my 29. That's not a bad situation to be in versus Zerg. We're both on 2 base. So really, you know, I would say we're even. I'm possibly even ahead, even though he did kill 15 probes. This Zerg badly needs to be on 3 hatcheries. They can't produce like they want to off of 2, especially if their opponent is also on 2 bases. And so he's not in a good situation here. Now, I do choose to fly up here with my Void Ray and kind of scout around. I'm really looking for some Overlords. I'm also of looking for that overreaction. And you can see I do see 2 spore colonies here. That is all because he saw those early void rays. And sure enough, if we do take a look at his base, he's going for a layer. And he should be dropping a Hydra Den here pretty quick. I'm back at home. I am just working on my attack. We're looking for 3 tech choices here. We need Glaives off of the Twilight Council. We need our +1 attack, and then of course we continue to make void rays, but we're not going to overmake them. We're only going to make about 3 in case he does have a roach heavy army. Warp Prism's coming out, and we want to go up to about 7 gateways here. So we're going to be working on that. You can see back at the Zerg base, down goes the Evo chamber, and he does have the Hydra Den back there, which is basically exactly what we wanted to see. So as these gateways are coming out, I am pushing up. You can see I come here and I control the tower. Very, very important. Try to see some changeling, but I noticed it and I spot it. And from my vision only, you can see that there's nothing around us. There's no threats around us, and I know that he can't see us because there's no overlords around us. So never run past the watchtowers without clearing them out. Generally, you're generally going to want to do that. You can see I push up over here to check this watchtower. There was nothing there. Good news for us. So we're just warping in here. We're looking to hit with 15, 20 adepts. Ideally, you can see they have the +1 upgrade. They also have the Glaives, which makes them basically hit attacks 2 for 1. And we're just going to go all in here. He does choose to throw some wings at me, fire by me. No problem cleaning those up. And coming up here, we're not sure where we're going to walk into. We do go ahead and switch our prism, warp in a few more. Make sure to keep an eye on your supply not to get blocked. And we see a pretty big army here. I do have a good amount of sentries, so we're just going to wall off and kind of just think what we can. I realize I can't fight that, and I choose to run. Now, unfortunately, I'm not sure if that was the right idea or not. From my view, I can't see everything behind him. I don't know how big his army is, so I do lose some units. In retrospect, I probably maybe could have cleaned that up. It's hard to say. Back at home, we are looking to getting our disruptors going. Guys, if you haven't played with disruptors, I know they're a little more advanced, a little more technical. They do definitely take some more micro, but they are absolute game changers. The important thing to know here is that when I took my third, I dropped a nice cannon wall for this exact reason. The Zerg will always come and attack you at your third, and this literally just ties me up and I have to get into position to defend this. And I'll go to the disruption shot. That's a good one. Throw the Guardian Shield up. And clean it up, no problem. You can see our supply lead here is about 50. We're in a good situation. We're going to go ahead and just secure this third. Probably throw some cannons back up. Make sure to knock these rocks down. You always want to get rid of those rocks. It's going to allow you to swing back down through here and kind of defend your third, fourth, as well as your fifth up here. But we're going to go ahead and push out at this point, I believe, because we know we have the advantage with the disruptors and our army composition versus his army composition. He really has no chance unless we make a fatal mistake, like throwing 2 disruptors away. As you can see, I do right here, but that's okay. It is a big deal, but we do recover since we are on double robo here. We're going to go ahead and be able to get more disruptors out, no problem. So we're going to go ahead and push out here, try to take the map control. Back to my vision. You can see I want to see this tower. I see his army here, and I fire. Disruptor. Boom, big shot. We're going to keep going. I've got a total of 5 disruptors, so I can really control the map here. Big shot. Big shot. And fight that. He literally just crippled his army. We're up by about 60, 70 supply right now. That really pretty much was the game right there. He's not going to be able to defend his fourth here. And he's probably not going to be able to defend his third, which is good for us. And just play safe. We're not going to rush right up to his natural here. We're going to go ahead and swing back around. You always want to basically take down bases, the ones that are the most new, for the main reason that if you look over at his natural, it's pretty much mined out, and his main is pretty much mined out as well. So leaving them on bases with no minerals is always ideal. And with most of the maps, obviously this is going to be the easiest base to take into. So you can see right here, if we fire one more destruction shot, that's really so just a good example of react to a Bane bust. I was in a dire situation, and this reaction right here was what saved me. So hopefully this was helpful, guys. I'll be making some more videos here shortly. Anything in particular that you want to see, anything you need help with, please let me know, and I would be happy to make those videos. All right, have a good one.